They call me a madman. I knew it was coming. So this video, I'm going to tell you about how Anthropic is playing games with people when it comes to their money. They're stopping people from using Claude Code. I'm going to tell you about how they pulled back, but how it revealed their plans for the future, the importance of a product like KiyomiKode, and local models in general. So here's a tweet from George Pooh. This came out last night. Anthropic just pulled Claude Code from the Pro plan. Pro users wanting it need Max now. $100 a month minimum, 5 times jump. I'm on Max 20, so I'm fine. Flagging for anyone on Pro who's about to find out. No announcement, just a price page edit. And they had it right there. Now, when people, because this is the day and age where companies just can't get away with anything. So when people caught on to this, because this has 4.7 million views, Anthropic jumped in real quick. Their guy, Amol Avarsi, he's the head of growth at Anthropic. He said, for clarity, we're running a small test on less than 2% of new prosumer signups. Existing Pro and Max subscribers aren't affected. So he's admitting, okay, yeah, we're testing this. We're making it to where you can't get Claude Code if you have only a $20 subscription, which, by the way, damages KiyomiMax, my other product, tremendously, because the whole pitch for that was, well, you subscribe to Claude for $20, and now you can use KiyomiMax on your Claude. I hope my customers who are paying $20 for Claude to use KiyomiMax can still use it, but that's why, again, I sell KiyomiMax at just $150. Same thing with KiyomiKode. But this is a huge problem. This is what I kept bringing up. These big-time AI companies, Anthropic, Codex, Gemini, which is Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google, they're not for people who don't have money. And when I say people who don't have money, I mean people who aren't enterprises. They're not for the common day folks. They're for people who can throw $100, $200 a month for AI. Then they'll go and they'll dumb down and make so it doesn't work so that your usage can go up. Has anybody tried Claude Design? Claude Design is fantastic. Made my website look awesome when I was running it through there. And I use Claude Design for maybe like 15, 20 minutes. And then I go check my usage. My usage is already at 28%. I'm a Claude fanboy, but buddy, oh buddy, it's rough. I did reduce my subscription down from 200 to 100 and gave the other 100 to Codex. And Codex is really running, I'd say 25% of my entire Kiyomi business now. And the other 75% is literally run off of KiyomiKode, because I can control KiyomiKode. KiyomiKode is built off the absolute best local models. And here's my point about local models, okay? You have local models coming out that are for free. They're open source. You just have to get the hardware, so they're really not for free. The hardware, if you want to run anything decent, you got to have at least 64 gigabytes of RAM. So that's a MacBook. The M5s that come out are 128 gigabytes of RAM. Some of them, you're going to pay a pretty penny. You're going to have to pay about $5,000 for it. For Mac Studio, you're going to have to pay about $3,000 to get a 64 gigabit one. That'll work for you for local models. For Mac Mini is just not going to do it. They're coming out with stuff, though. Quinn came out today, made a big splash. Kimi 2.5 came out, but Kimi isn't small enough to fit on a router, but Google's Gemma 4 is. So the local model game is catching up. You have to have a lot of money in order to get in the game. And so this is why KiyomiKode is a thing. Paid sponsorship by Richard Eccles. I'm the sponsor. KiyomiKode, grab it for $150 and you just own it. You have it. It's built off the absolute best AIs in the world, because I want my product to be quality, and it gives you what you need. It's unlimited AI. If you are a small business owner, or you want a small business, or you just want an AI assistant, or you just want to work with something like how you worked with OpenClaw or Hermes Agent. It's an AI orchestrator too. You can check out my website and check out the demos page to see it in action. Back to the point of the video. So when Claude came out and they got caught by this, it really, really upset them. Here's this tweet from Miss Me 1973, and she talks about what's happened in the last month with Claude, okay? So what Anthropic has done in the past month: nerfed Opus 4.6, I'm a victim of that. blocked third-party agentic tools from running through Pro and Max subscriptions. They tried to kill OpenClaw. Forced users onto API billing. I'm a victim of that. Boy, that is why I went out and spent so much money to get the hardware. Like, when I first came out with KiyomiKode, Anthropic Claude was the back end. Once I started getting killed with API fees because folks saw, oh man, KiyomiKode is a great product, and they started using it, I started dying. I had to say, no, let me go invest in some real premium state-of-the-art hardware to get it running to where it makes financial sense for me. What I didn't know at the time was that that would turn me into some sort of local model AI advocate, because at the same time that that happened, all this stuff with Anthropic started happening. And it's gonna happen with OpenAI too. Codex's days on top are not gonna last, because the problem here is compute. The problem here is hardware. That's why I say to you, all my audience who is watching, especially the 99.9% of you all who can't afford hardware because the economy is hard and nobody can get a job and we're all struggling. This is why I say something like KiyomiKode is the best thing on the market right now, because you don't got to pay thousands for hardware. You're not paying thousands for API cost, because if you think these subscriptions are going to last with these AI services, you're fooling yourself. Everybody's about to be paying for API fees, but you won't have to do any of that paying for KiyomiKode. Mac only though. My Windows users, you got to use Kiyomi Max, and you're dealing with Claude there. I am thinking about putting out a version of Kiyomi Max for Codex and for Gemini, because I don't want to have my own product killed by another company. But let me continue. They released their worst model ever, Opus 4.7, with adaptive thinking. Adaptive thinking means that if they want to charge you more tokens because they want to put you on higher thinking, they can just do it because it's adaptive. Stripped Claude Code access from pro users, lied about it when caught. Meanwhile, OpenAI's Codex team is relentlessly mocking them on the timeline. This is undoubtedly Anthropic's Super Bowl ad moment, only this time they're the target. A company that betrayed transparency and users' trust deserves exactly what's coming. And hey man, it's for real. Like look, OpenAI, Sam Altman is having a feeding frenzy. And I'll close the video just with this thought. For those of us normal people just wanting to use AI, which is why I push KiyomiKode, these AI companies are going through the same cycles. And how often do I need to see the same thing before I say, you know what, I just don't want to be a part of this. I just want to get out. I just want something unlimited that I can use, that doesn't destroy the environment, that doesn't bring harm to people, and I won't get rug pulled some months later. This is why I am pushing KiyomiKode so hard, not because it's just my business, but also like, no, this is like this is like a real thing to really help people. And because a few months ago, Anthropic was the darling and OpenAI was the enemy. Now OpenAI is the darling and Anthropic is the enemy. While Google just sits outside and just watches them fight, but Google says, yeah, we're Google. We could give you the absolute best thing in the world, but we're not going to do that. Google already knew the game ahead of time. See, Anthropic jumped out there and gave us life-changing AI with Opus 4.6 when it first came out. And then users got to be too much and they said, oh, we don't have enough compute. And then OpenAI is now jumping back saying, we're going to take over. Codex is great, but they jumped 1 million users in a week. They went from 3 million to 4 million on Codex. You think the compute's gonna last? I know Sam Altman says that he can buy it all, but guess what, man? You can't buy something that doesn't exist yet. And it ain't enough in the world to be able to take on that. So what is the normal person left to do? They're left to see them go back and forth and battle, but what they all agree on, all these cloud companies agree on is, well, we'll dumb down our models and we'll find a way to charge people more. And if they can't pay for it, that's tough. Why even be involved? KiyomiKode is right there. Well, hey, y'all, that's my opinion. That's what I see. I'm happy. I got my own hardware. I got KiyomiKode running my business. This YouTube video was not uploaded by Claude. it was uploaded by KiyomiKode. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.